Hi, and welcome to another episode of The Architecture of Change. I'm Leanne Mair, and I'm your host as always. And today we are examining what it means to be intentional about success. I recently read a book where it quoted Reid Hoffman, who is the founder of LinkedIn. And he said, every individual is a small business. And reading that made me ask myself a question, and I'm going to pose this same question to you, right? I'm not immune to this question, and I had to look myself in the mirror and ask this same question, which is, do you or would you run a business the way you currently run your career, your energy, your relationships, your life? Like, would you do that? Because most of the time, when we think about it, we're probably flying by the seat of our pants, going in without a plan and hoping for the best. And that's not to say that accidental success doesn't happen. That's not where we're going. But it's just saying that, are we as intentional about being successful by design? Because what I will say is accidental success happens all the time, and we know it happens, but it's how can we move from that, I would say, into being intentional about the design of our success. And I know I spoke about kind of accidental success in the first one because this is kind of part of the, you know, this precludes the modern success paradox. But, or I should say, accidental success underscores sometimes why we don't feel successful because we haven't prepared for it. And instead of kind of talking about not, the lack of preparation, today we're really thinking about how can we be prepared? Because in the end, all of these questions are there to help support you in the process of getting to where you want to be, getting you to that work-life integration, getting you to that space of not just working, not just working to drive your success, but working and enjoying life and having enough space to enjoy that life outside of work. Success by design isn't about controlling everything. It's about being intentional about what matters most. And I just want to say that again, it's not about controlling everything. It's being intentional about what matters most. So thank you, as always, for taking the time to listen to me and the architecture of change. I would love to hear your comments, your feedback, food for thought, tips, anything that you've been doing on your journey. And there was one thing before I go. There is one thing I forgot to mention, and I was meant to mention it and I forgot. And this is a tip, but this is something that's important to me. In my strategic seasons or strategic moments, I like to underpin that very much with space for creativity. And that can be a myriad of things. I'm not talented at drawing and painting, but I'll still give it a try. Whether it's coloring, whether it's listening to music, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's painting pottery, whatever it is, trying my hand at terrible flower arranging, whatever it is, the process of being strategic shouldn't make you feel like you're forced into a box of stiffness. It should feel expansive and it should feel different to what you feel when you're at work. Being strategic about yourself and how you're running your individual business shouldn't feel like a chore. And you need to create that setting to let the creative, because being strategic is a creative process. Don't let anyone tell you anything else. It's a creative process. But you also need to create that space in your mind before you sit down. Or you know what? You might not even sit down. Sometimes I walk and I have headphones on and I'm listening to all sorts of music while I think, before I plot it on a map, before I write it down. Because if you put the same strictures on yourself where you feel forced, enclosed, whatever, the output of that will not be as expansive as it should be, and it won't be as creative as it should be. So that's all to say, support your process and your intentionality and your design in a way that allows your creativity to flow and your creativity to blossom, so that when you're planning for yourself, you're planning from a space and a place of love rather than a place of force and a place of I have to do it. It should be, I would like to do it. I want to do this for me. And I'm going to do it along with great music. And I'm going to do it after I've had a session of reading, whatever. But create that cocoon so that it feels like very much a natural process as opposed to a forced process. And I need to sit down at my desk at 9:00 and I need to do a Miro, whatever they are, which I'm not very good at using, or whatever. Make it as personal to you and as about you as much as you can, because this is all about being intentional around designing nobody else's success in this sense, both professional and personal, but your own. And now I've really finished. So thank you very much. Wishing you another wonderful Friday. And I hope you're enjoying series 2. And I look forward to hearing your comments and feedback, and let me know what you think.